Hi folks, it's Bobby Allison here with the Allison Synthesis, and I thought it would be fitting for me to do this video from the new car that I bought, the Mitsubishi Mirage ES. So it has about 23,800 on it now, and I've had it since Tuesday. They actually didn't deliver it until Wednesday morning. So I've been driving it since Wednesday, and it's I'm getting used to it now. It's not quite as luxurious as the Buick Encore was. It's a little bit more utilitarian, but it runs wonderful and it's in really great shape. It actually had been owned by Enterprise. It was used as a rent-a-car, and it's in really good shape. It's really clean. And so I had gone to the local dealership, and so I want to, in this video, give kudos, and I want to recommend the Nelson Auto Group. In my 40 years of buying cars, almost all of them from dealerships, I've never worked with a better dealership. Well, and this salesperson, Scott Norman, the manager, Dan, I don't know his last name, and Terry in finance. It was a wonderful experience. It was late on Tuesday. By the time we were able to, I stayed with a test drive the car, and we were able to get the paperwork done. It was at least an hour after when they were supposed to close. By the time we finished, even though they weren't getting the money from my credit union, and for at least a couple of days, they were okay with that. With my signature on the bill of sale, and I was able to get the car. They brought it over to me actually on Wednesday. And so I was able to get the car, and I really needed it because the Buick over the last 18,000 miles had cost me over $3,000. I just couldn't keep going on using the Buick. I had to get a more reliable transportation, and one that would fit my current situation. When I bought the Buick Encores, I was in a completely different situation, and I wasn't working. So this is going to be a much more practical car for the commuting and personal use. I was able to actually get more for the car by selling it privately than to try to get a trade-in value. The trade-in value they gave me one was like $3,000 for the Buick, which what I was still had $5,500. I would have been way upside down. I would have had to roll it into the loan. And also, if I had gone with an older model car, which I'd originally thought about doing, either the 2016-17 Camry or Corolla, because they have such an excellent reputation for lasting for like 250,000 miles. Very little work on repairs, as long as you do the maintenance. I also was able to get the warranty, factory warranty, bumper to bumper, came over. I didn't get the full 10-year, 100,000 mile. When the car's sold, I've got the 60,000 5-year plan, and I still have about a little over 30,000 left on that. But however, I got an additional warranty through the credit union, which was rolled into the life of the loan for 60 months, and that warranty is 100,000 miles on top of what I already have on the car. So I have an 123,000 miles bumper to bumper warranty with a $250 deductible, and then that's it. There is no negotiation with the warranty company. $250, whatever it is, it's repaired. That was a guarantee from the credit union. I'm going to go into it on another video about financing cars and what I've learned over 40 years and how I financed my last 2 cars and other alternative ways of financing other than going through a dealership or Carvana or CarMax or something like that. Not that they're bad ways to go. They may work for you. But there are plenty of alternatives out there where you could probably save a lot in interest rates. That's what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to help my friends that come to the YouTube channel to see my channel, to be able to deal with the chaos and the stress and that finance brings to our lives. Financial troubles or financial decisions can be very stressful. And if you're not experienced in these situations, then you can lose money, and that's what we want to try to avoid.
Take a sharp right turn on Franklin Turnpike.
I want to also say that the insurance that company State Farm, the Blevins Group, Blevins State Farm Group out of Waynesboro, Virginia, have been absolutely wonderful. State Farm policies, I highly recommend. They're unfortunately nobody's paying me to say that. They can if they want. The policies, the product is excellent, and the people at that agency have just been absolutely wonderful and bent over backwards to help me. And I'm sure they're that way with everybody. So that was a wonderful experience, not to have the stress. Wonderful experience, I don't know if I call it that. It was a non-stressful, no-drama experience, which makes the whole process so much easier and smoother, which again reduces chaos and stress in our lives. All that being said, you must be careful when you're out there looking for a car. You want to use the internet as much as possible, and that will save you a lot of money in traveling around. I highly recommend buying from either a private dealer, used car dealer that you could find in your town that's licensed. You do a background investigation on them online, find out how good they are. Dealerships are great. If you can work with the dealership and you don't have any problem meeting with the salespeople, it's a little bit less stressful than it was like 20 or 30 years ago as far as the high pressure sales. But all the same techniques and the little tricks and everything they use are all still there. But however, you can do a lot of negotiation with the dealership where you may not be able to do, especially with either CarMax or Carvana. There's really no negotiation. That way, you can take your time, look, investigate, research the type of car that you want to buy. Looking for mainly, what I would recommend is looking for what the maintenance history is for these cars. And then from there, you can use what I recommend is AI for doing in-depth research. Now, a lot of people have their opinions about AI, but you can use free AI. Gemini, that's what I use, or ChatGPT. You can go in and really get in-depth, accurate research based on the car that you want to get, so that you know really how long the car will go before it starts needing lots of types of maintenance on it, becomes a burden on your wallet, when you would want to trade it in, all those kind of things. So I highly recommend using AI and then going online and searching and finding your cars. And then that way you don't have so much legwork that you have to do in going and actually visiting the car. And you definitely want to go see the car. You want to get in it, you want to drive it. Definitely want to do that. Do not buy a car, please, sight unseen and without being driven. And if you can actually get it over to a mechanic, they charge for it unless you have a friend who's a mechanic or whatever. Get it over to a mechanic and have them look it over before you make the final decision, if it's not coming with a bumper-to-bumper warranty when you buy it. Okay, that's it. That's all I have for today. I'll get back on the video and help everybody if I can with financing. And so stay tuned. I'll let you know through a short. Thanks. Bye-bye.